Thanks for staying with us. We're still conversing on the verification process and how hectic it has become from time immemorial to the present day. And, you know, sometimes I hear government doesn't have business doing government. And I feel offended as a Nigerian because I have traveled to countries where government is actively participating in business and they're doing it effectively and efficiently. A place like Singapore, we have the government involved in housing, in transportation. The government does everything, and everything is seamless. They had to take a process to get to that point. So if we say government does not have business doing government, it's just excusing what we should grow into, what we should do to become better. Because and I feel bad. No, hold on now. Hold on first. Before the abroad example, all of them went through their process. I'm just saying, this is our own process, but we should remove the mindset that governments cannot do business, because that is an excuse for us, excuse that we take not to do the things we are meant to do. So we know that definitely in government, you have the politicians, we have the technocrats, but we have to find a way to balance it so that people who come into certain positions of work will do the work and keep upgrading the work till we get to the point we are going to. We should have a goal as a country. We can't keep saying government has no business doing business and then stay where we are because once it's something that has to do with business. Private sector, you will not find this here. Hold on. Let me quickly say what I want to say. Then also, one of the ways that we can improve our government system is reward and punishment. Just the way we have in private sectors. People need to be in ministries and compete with each other. There's no competition. The way government work is being done is, after all, it's government. Nobody can query me. No, I've never heard they really sacked somebody for doing something or they did this and do that. See the one that they locked the minister went, locked them out for coming late, and they locked the minister back in the effrontery. The effrontery. Nothing happened till today. So we need to improve if we're serious about growing the country. And we need to put in place reward and punishment. So there should be competition amongst ministries. This ministry is doing well. This ministry is collecting award. That ministry is trying to do better so that they can get that. That's my point, Nima.
People make up ministries. People make up workforce. People make up with criminal mindsets, corrupt these workforces, and so we do verifications to clean things up. That's why they got here in the first place. And those criminal-minded people are also part of this crowd, trying to stress the process, frustrate it so they botch it somehow, and, you know, just put it aside. So we must admit that the people in Singapore learn to conform. It's the people here we are dealing with. We are not easy people.
You said what?
We are not easy people. It's the people here.
They punished them to get to that point. So they were not easy too.
There are people now have been made to conform. Every system to knit things up here is corruption. We fight it back.
Yes.
It's not easier here. Some people
are more difficult people.
So when you compare the abroad, compare the people to the people you're dealing with.
I disagree with you on that.
Compare the people.
No, I disagree with you.
This IPPIS itself, the first process he brought in, the strike was an entire term. Nigerians fought back at that system, even especially within the university system, saying, use our own for us. You know, we don't easily conform.
Let me pause you, Nima.
You must be on your toes.
And take this call. We have Taiwo from Egbeda. Good morning, Taiwo.
Morning.
Good morning. You're live.
I really appreciate your efforts. Miriam, everybody, I appreciate your efforts in progressing the country. First and foremost, please, I just want you to, in case somebody wants to join your line, help us to always post the phone number on the screen so that if somebody might join it, they might be interested in joining the program. That is one. Then two, we need a technocrat, like what you have been saying. But because of the fact that we don't want to do the needful, the government should do something over that. But even though once you are not performing your responsibility, that person should be sacked, whether the farm tech or the head of the department. Why should you be calling 17,000 people from Abuja? Some people might be in Lagos, coming to Abuja, only one sector. It's very ridiculous. And this is a sign of, even though insulting the government or insulting the country, or even though paralyzing the efforts of all what the president has been doing. This is a capital to us. Please, we need something. We need to change our mentality and orientation. They know what's supposed to be done, but they refuse to do it. And the most important is for them to sack them and let somebody that is.
Thank you.
Can I go on and take some tweets?
Yes, go on.
So
I was going to say, you were talking about maybe the Nigerian people are just a different
Difficult.
breed of human beings out of this world.
Well, we go abroad and we are excelling.
Yes,
We
but we are
conform.
the same. So I don't think it's because of that Nigerians are any different from human beings across the world. I just think that we don't have a system that corrects and reward effectively. And people, when they know that if they are sure that if they behave a certain way, this is the consequence of that behavior, they'll quickly conform. But then you mete out consequences for a group of people, you don't do that for another group, so you're confusing. So that's where corruption thrives. It's thriving because we don't have a system that no one is above. And I don't think that
why don't we have that system? We are the ones to create it.
But everywhere
there's a thing.
No, Nima. It's everywhere in the world.
Miriam,
Every
have to
other
fight.
country where you
Mindsets
see
change
people sit down.
corruption to stop.
Everywhere
Mindsets
where you
must
see
change.
people are behaving well. When you hear the history,
Systems.
you would hear you hear the very harsh consequences of some behaviors. In China, if they catch you for corruption, they kill you.
Immediately, that's how they got there, and I
They
wanted to
shame you
get there.
publicly.
Some
They kill
countries,
you.
the people loved the land so much, they built it and they created the systems. They didn't have to die all of this. And there are countries like that in the history.
But let's take this call.
But how much are we willing to drop?
Let's take this
Is
call
it my
to
turn that
Tijani
I will
from
sacrifice?
Songo. Good morning, Tijani.
Let's pass it to the next
Hello,
generation.
Kilani.
Kilani.
Kilani. Sorry about that.
God will bless all of you.
Amen.
We are really working. Madam Raj, you know this. We have problems with institutions in Nigeria. You understand? I think there is a law that when you do this is the consequence. When you do this, that is the consequence. That is why I just know what they like. You understand, ma? Please, you people should, in fact, what you are doing now is one of the platforms to change this situation, kind of situations. So you people should push more, so that people will know that what they are doing is wrong. You understand? So, because in this country, people go out, they go to countries, and they see what they do, and they come back to this country again to misbehave. You understand? These people that you see there, many of them, in fact, they went through a lot, but I have people among them there. So please, if we are really trying, I thank God for this platform. Continue to push.
Thank you, sir.
So let's take
Nigerians are smart.
Intelligent people.
Nigerians are extremely intelligent. Nigerians are very organized. And even the ministries, if you speak to the permanent secretaries of these ministries, you speak to directors in these ministries, they are very, very brilliant minds. Like, you'll be wondering, you mean you work in this place?
Why have we not?
So why are we not seeing the results? So there's a disconnect. And I think that we've all said it over and over again. It is the reward and consequences system. They're not in the ministry to mark register that you have showed up. They get international trainings, guys. They get paid for international training. So they get exposed to the best of the best in the world. So it's a case of when you have gotten all these trainings, come back and implement it.
Let it reflect in how you do these things. Let it reflect. So, we're rounding up this because we have to move on to the next topic. Okay, take some messages.
Okay. Okay, let me take this one. Danny Ofini says, the verification process is intentionally done that way just so that it would be manipulated. I'm sure someone there will start collecting fee for premium treatment, backstage speed up access.
VIP.
He says she complained about having to do your character assessment at only Alagbon, but because it's an international thing, it has to be at a particular place. But then she said, even driver's license, the capturing takes several weeks. One document needs approval from Abuja. All these documents can be handled at local government level. Why must every documentation go through unnecessary bureaucracy before approval?
More messages? Do we have more
Yes,
messages?
somebody says, good morning, ladies. Let them go to NNPC and ask how they do it. We are more than 8,000 retirees. Verification is done every year, and you do it from your house with your phone or video call.
No. That's what we're talking about.
That's critical.
Help us talk to them.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that's
somebody
what
says, when a country is too corrupt, you get Nigeria. Simple things become a challenge. People can't think right, neither do right.
Olashuga says, let's call a spade a spade. Imagine the cost implication on the part of the enrollee life threat, insecurity in the country, all they need to do IPPIS is to go digital and technology-wise. This is 2023. Let's think like an educated country and act as such.
So we have a message here. It's a letter actually by the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria. And they're saying, be orderly. That's the title of the message. The National President of Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, ASCSN, Comrade Tommy Etim Okon, PhD, has enjoined civil servants undergoing physical verification exercise at the Public Service Institute in Abuja to conduct themselves maturely so that the exercise can be conducted in an orderly manner. And he also went ahead to plead with officers from the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation who are supervising the exercise to be circumspect and patient with the workers so that the exercise can be carried out seamlessly. Okay, so this is a letter addressing everybody, those in charge and those who are doing that. However, let us add our own small advice before we round up on this topic. Yes, this shouldn't be the way it's done in 2023.
This should be the last year,
exactly, this is a no-no. They can work with organizations that have our biometrics already. They can work with the banks, they can work with the NIN, if that is still operational. They can work with those and get data, proper data. So nobody's stopping verification every year. It's normal, but it should be done in such a way that it's seamless. You can do it from your office. You don't have to travel all the way to a certain place to be able to do it. It doesn't mean that that's the only place that will probably have the machine for the verification. Biometrics can be taken anywhere, and then you continue on follow-up. So after doing it yearly, the problem is because there is no follow-up, I want to assume that's why they need to come back again and do it. But if there's follow-up...
They say people die as ghost staff and become ghost pensioners, so they are verifying.
So when people die, the banks don't go back to tell the...
It was scam from the beginning.
No, so if we know
that's
that
the issues are just many.
Example,
verification is verification is done every year. Please just don't have Nigerians traveling across the country in their large numbers to one place. You can have a few people go to different parts of the country to do this verification. They said you should please ask NNPC how they are doing it.
Yes. When they do it even in depth.
Yes, and it shows up.
Says that I took my mom of 58 years who was recovering from stroke. On top says she's sick. We were attended to around 3 p.m. and we got there at 8 a.m. So like this is the reality and the painful reality of many civil servants who have served Nigeria with their life, and then they are made to suffer like this when they are trying to verify themselves to get their pension.
This ones are
even serving.
In service.
So let's just be humane in how we treat ourselves.
Okay, and then they are saying that they don't get transportation or accommodation,
packages.
Please, if you also... I hope it's the last year. You have to pay, yes, you have to pay for accommodation.
If they are required to travel, yes. But can they stop on the traveling? They can do this from wherever they are.
I don't want to get sense now. Make them.
That's all we can take on this topic. Thank you so much for your contributions, ladies. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we move on to our Let's Talk. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.